Once upon a time, in a quaint little village nestled deep in the heart of a dense forest, lived a poor woodcutter and his wife with their 2 children, Hansel and Gretel. The family struggled to make ends meet, and times were tough as they barely had enough food to survive. One year, as the harsh winter approached, the situation became even more dire. The woodcutter's wife suggested they take the children deep into the forest and leave them there, as they could no longer afford to feed them. The woodcutter, hesitant and heartbroken, reluctantly agreed to the plan. Late one evening, he took Hansel and Gretel deep into the woods, but secretly dropped breadcrumbs along the way so that the children could find their way back home. However, the clever birds of the forest, sensing the trail of breadcrumbs, ate them all, leaving the children hopelessly lost. As the night fell, Hansel and Gretel found themselves alone and frightened, surrounded by tall, ominous trees. They wandered aimlessly until they stumbled upon a magical and peculiar-looking cottage made entirely of candy, cookies, and gingerbread. Hungry and exhausted, the children couldn't resist the temptation and began eating the delicious treats from the walls of the cottage. Unbeknownst to them, the cottage belonged to an old and wicked witch, who lured children into her lair to fatten them up and eat them. When the witch heard the children nibbling on her house, she emerged with a sinister smile. "Nibble, nibble, little mouse. Who is nibbling at my house?" The witch cackled. Hansel and Gretel, frightened but trapped, explained their plight to the witch. Seizing the opportunity, the witch invited them inside, promising them a warm bed and abundant food. However, the children soon realized her wicked intentions. The witch locked Hansel in a cage and ordered Gretel to serve as her slave, preparing meals to fatten him up. Days passed, and the witch grew impatient, eager to cook and devour Hansel. She decided it was time to check if he had become plump enough. With a shrewd plan in mind, Gretel pretended not to understand the witch's instructions. "I don't know how to check if the oven is hot enough," she said innocently. "Simple," the witch replied. "Just lean in, and I'll show you." Fearing for her brother's life, Gretel hesitated but finally acted as if she didn't know how to lean in. The witch, frustrated, demonstrated herself by sticking her head into the oven. Seizing the opportunity, Gretel pushed the witch into the fiery oven, and the wicked witch met her deserved demise. Free at last, Hansel and Gretel found the witch's treasures and returned home with them. Their father was overjoyed to see them and asked for forgiveness for his weak moment. They embraced, and the family lived happily ever after, never again to be burdened by poverty. From that day forward, Hansel and Gretel remained brave and resourceful, and the tale of their adventure spread far and wide, teaching children the importance of courage, cleverness, and the strength of family bonds.